Hello, everyone. Nice to see you, Marco.
Hi, Matej.
And we have all of our guests today joining as well. Great to see everyone. We have some familiar faces here recently from Token and before as well. But yeah, I think everybody's here, so we're just gonna kick it off with today's event named Let's Do This, which will cover our hackathon, our Privacy P4W3 hackathon, the second edition. So here we're gonna have a quick conversation with all of our sponsors. We're gonna go through a little bit the hackathon itself, what it's all about, what will be the main topic, what will be the main tracks. Each sponsor will present what they're kind of looking for. So yeah, great. Welcome everybody. Great to have you here from the speaker side and also everybody listening in. We're always happy to see our community joining to these events to see what we're putting together. So yeah, maybe we can start, Marco, with a few general details around the hackathon. Just see one. Sorry about that. Yes. So the Privacy P4W3 hackathon is the second edition now. We ran it already last year, and this year we have a few additional sponsors coming in. The main sponsor, co-sponsor, is Ocean Protocol, who is also working closely with us on many initiatives. We have their Ocean Predictor launched on Sapphire, which is doing really well, and with their further development with Ocean Node, they will be co-sponsoring the hackathon with us. But besides Ocean, we also have here Apelon, A-Tier, DeadOut, Pixel, and 01 Labs. The total prize pool is 130,000 USD. So it's quite an amount that will be split amongst the winners. So I would say, yeah, a big incentive for everybody to join in. The hackathon is already live, so definitely go check it out. It's hosted on DoorHacks. I think there's still 36 days left for submission. And today we're going to go through basically the tracks, maybe some ideas, and I'll let Marco to share more about what are the key constraints regarding Sapphire and Ruffle, and then we're gonna dive a little bit deeper into the individual tracks.
Yes, for sure. Thank you. And I'm super excited, I have to say. I mean, we just finished our hackathon in Singapore, and there was just a weekend, and we had really, really impressive submissions. I'm still talking to most of the projects because we just want to continue kind of the discussion with them and see if they want to turn this into a project. So having a almost 2-month-long online hackathon, I'm expecting big things. As you said, it's already live since Friday. It's going on for, I don't know, a bit more than a month. Beginning of November, we have the deadline set, and then we will do some judging, I think for like a week. Regarding us, so Oasis is kind of the main sponsor. Obviously, we will support all of the tracks since one of the conditions of the whole hackathon is built on Sapphire, utilize our on-chain privacy. So we will support all projects, or at least all projects that participate will automatically also be kind of signed up for our bounty. What we want to see is just utilization of our on-chain privacy. So deploy something on Sapphire. It doesn't actually need to be the full code as far as I know, but I will be corrected if I'm wrong. You can utilize our message passing bridges to then kind of pass information to other chains. For ideas on what you want to build, honestly, it's very open. So whatever way you can imagine using on-chain privacy, this could be privacy pools, so anything in the DeFi space. As you can tell from the other participants also in this call, but the other sponsors, there is a bit of a focus on AI and gaming. So if you kind of utilize this, you will participate at the most bounties automatically. What's new for everyone, I assume, will be Ruffle. So that's something we very recently released. It's our initial version. It's an SDK with which you can verify off-chain compute. Currently, it's just like off-chain interactions via API. As long as you have an HTTPS or TLS connection, you can verify this on-chain, because this Ruffle app also runs inside the trusted execution environment, which is the whole magic at Sapphire. So yeah, I think that's it. There's quite a bit that you can do. Generally, any project that kind of participates and submits should have a demo video ready. There should be an open source GitHub code that we can check during this week of judging, and there should be a way to test the project. But I think when you have like more than a month, this should be very doable. So should we let the sponsors present?
Yes. Thank you for all the details, Marco. I think, it's pretty straightforward. Build on Oasis and build using also our partners' tech, and that's kind of the main thing. But for more details, definitely check out DoorHack's website, where you can get everything. Our team really made an effort to create like a very comprehensive platform where you can go check it out and submit. And without further ado, let's dive into our sponsor tracks. I can start with you, Ocean, Mihai. He's not on camera because I think the internet connection forbids it. But great to have you here again, Mihai, with us.
Yes, hello. Thank you, Mati, for the introduction. Unfortunately, I'm in an area with really poor internet, so I'd rather stay without camera, and hopefully you can hear me reasonably well.
We can hear you very well.
That's great. So I'm Mihai. I'm the product lead for the Ocean nodes at Ocean Protocol. Hopefully you've been following us in the last months, especially since we've launched this awesome new product. And recently we've launched phase 2, which is the integration with Sapphire. That's where we're doing decentralized encryption, which is a really big help for our stack. And this is why we've been working really nice with Oasis. Right now, apparently we've reached over 25,000 nodes. So yay, community. Regarding the hackathon, we would like people to start thinking, rethinking big regarding our stack, and try to imagine what awesome new applications they would have for our new nodes, so they can experiment with tokenizing various data streams, AI feeds, or ideally, I would encourage them to study the architecture of the nodes and try to come up with very cool ideas that we haven't thought about. And for this, we will be supporting them a lot on Discord. We will have some sessions together with the developers, so that we can help understand. We can understand better what they are trying to build, and hopefully help them achieve it. And at the same time, help us create a better product. For ideas, we have a lot of ideas, both in the bounty description on our website. But like I said, I encourage you to get inspired from those and not directly use those. Regarding the criteria, I'm gonna bang on this. So innovation and thinking outside of the box. Yeah, I know it's annoying, but try to think outside of the box, because the tech stack is very flexible, and you'll realize that you are able to do a lot of things with it. The technical implementation obviously is very important. We would like a proof of concept, let's say, because at the end of the day, you don't need to build an end-to-end fully working application, but it should work. We put a lot of emphasis on social and or business impact, meaning that the app should have a real life application. It should have a purpose. So not just building something for the purpose of building. This has been in our minds for for a long time when we're developing the product, because we didn't want to build a product just for the sake of building a product and being crypto. And well, I'm not going to say more about that. We'll also put some numbers on implementation quality, potential impact, and user experience. But the first three topics are the most important. So, like I said, we will be offering a lot of support on Discord. We'll have some sessions with you guys. So please follow our social channels so that you will be in touch when we announce those. And good luck.
Yeah, thank you, Mihai. Maybe just to add, the full bounty is worth, I think, 20K. So first place.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot that. The full bounty is 20K. The first place is 10K USD. Second place is 6K USD, and third place is $4,000. The prizes are paid in Fetch. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. I think you pointed out a good thing, right? One is, hackathons are a great opportunity to go outside of the box, right? Where you can really test out different hypotheses, and quickly iterate to see what would be a good solution. And second, that you pointed out that it has to make sense, right? So the crypto, I think, is at a point where it's not just building, because decentralized, but it needs to have a use case. It needs to make sense for people to actually use it. So two great points I see are coming to the forefront now. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Mihai. And I think we're gonna move now to our second track, Apelon. Nino, are you ready to give us a short intro on what you're looking at Apelon?
Of course. Do you hear me well? Just checking.
Yes, we hear you.
Perfect. I prepared some slides. I'm gonna quickly go over them, and I have a really brief demo, but I'm gonna be short and sweet. So hi everyone. My name is Nino. I'm a Chief Product Officer at Apelon, and Apelon is a Web3 development platform. You can look more into it. But regarding the hackathon, we together with Oasis have built embedded wallets, and in this hackathon, we are really focusing hard on embedded wallets and how you guys can improve them. So what we have so far regarding embedded wallets is an SDK, a bunch of smart contracts, and this is available on our GitHub. I'm going to share the link to the GitHub at the end. But essentially, we were looking at completely seamless wallet creation process with no compromises on the security part. And long story short, I think we managed to achieve that thanks to Oasis Sapphire and confidential smart contracts. And from my personal view, working with this product for over 2 years, I think this is one of the best features we've built. Not only the best, but probably most impactful, regardless Web3 adoption. So let's all hope I'm correct on this. We'll see this in the following months, but we're definitely preparing the launch, as this is like the best thing we can do. So how do embedded wallets work under the hood? If you have your existing Web3 product and you want really seamless user onboarding, you can use our SDK or embedded wallets open source SDK from Oasis, integrated into your flow. And essentially what happens is if a user decides to create a wallet or to log in, they may use passkey to generate new EVM accounts. So right now we are supporting only EVM, but we are soon going to extend that. So now I would really like to quickly show you the demo. So this is the demo website we have built over our SDK. Generally speaking, you can do your own integration of this with your own brand, but this is the flow how the users would onboard. So they would click sign in, you enter your email, let's say this is my email, And keep in mind, the first part we hard coded just to skip the email checking and etc. So this part is faked, but what happens now, it's not. And what happened now on my screen, you probably cannot see it. Passkey was popped up, and I entered the PIN from my Windows computer, and the passkey has been passed forward to the SDK and then forward to generate new wallet. And all of a sudden, here we are. This is the wallet. The account was generated on Moonbase, which is a testnet from Moonbeam. And if we would now go to Moonbase faucet, we could immediately receive funds to this specific wallet. So I'm going to trigger this test and then slowly move on, and we will come back and see how this is getting processed. So if I return back to the website, I can still open the wallet. And if I were now to engage and try to sign a message, and as I click approve, again, a pop-up will happen where I enter a PIN, which you unfortunately cannot see. But as I enter the PIN to passkey, the message is signed. So this is the simplicity we are talking about. And, you know, when I started in crypto 2017, this was a dream, and it's really cool to see it now in reality. Regarding the hackathon and the reason why we're here, I hope you can see my slides. Yes, you can. We generated some of the ideas, right? So as I said, and I demoed, the SDK is there, the smart contracts are there. And what we're looking for right now is either, you know, teams working on the smart contract part and enabling, I don't know, maybe similar experience for Bitcoin network, maybe introducing email or social recovery into this system, maybe finding a way, you know, to even further improve the UX, adding integration of ERC 4337, Paymaster, and gas abstraction functionalities. Maybe, you know, some smart contracts so that one user can control multiple wallets, etc. Right? So there is still a lot to do. You can also, you know, come from the standpoint of we can make this, you know, even sweeter or faster. If you manage to do that, that would be amazing. And yes, our prize pool is first place $3,000, second place $1,500, and third place $500. If you scan this code or just visit Apelon and go to our GitHub, you will be able to find the SDK and the smart contracts. Now, regarding the experience in our previous hackathons, we are always open for collaboration with teams. So if you reach out to Oasis team or Mate or someone, will definitely respond, and you will be able to get in touch with either myself or developers for more technical stuff. So yeah, we're available. If you have idea and you would like to verify it with the team before you get really deep into it, we are here for that as well. So yeah, this is it. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You know, this, yeah, I'm really excited about this one because ever since, you know, accounts traction came more to the forefront, you know, the 4337 EIP, I think the Oasis version of accounts traction is even a step further, right? Where the smart accounts, you know, you need to deploy those contracts everywhere, you know, every chain. But here you can also interact with non-EVM. You can have one key pair, you know, and it actually acts as a proper non-custodial wallet, but at the same time, the UX is so simple as you demonstrated. So yeah, really excited to see what happens with the hackers, you know, what they're able to build with this, and how far we can take this. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. No, if you have anything to add, please do.
No, I just wanted to add, it also really well collides with the popularity and importance of passkey from the past few months, really getting traction as some sort of new standard, really getting deeply integrated into browsers, mobile phones. So it's we feel it's a really good long-term technical investment to bet on this. So
yes,
whoever is out there and thinking about it and needs this kind of solution, also feel free to reach out.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, if anybody doesn't is not able to get straight to Nino, do reach out on our channels or myself, and we'll connect you for sure. We see a lot of potential here, and we want to see this thing grow. All right, I'll pass it on now to Marco to speak to a few of our other partners.
Yeah, I just want to say, even if you don't pick up these challenges from Epsilon, I don't see a reason why the other projects, when they create their demos, would not implement this, just like for showing how smooth it can be. But yeah, I think next we have Sam from Pixel Realm. So let us know what projects need to do to earn the incubation points for Pixel Realm.
Of course. So yeah, my name is Samuel. Thank you for having me. Really glad and glad to be part of the hackathon and provide prizes for the hackathon. So basically, just to give you a little background, we're Pixel. We're omnichain gaming ecosystem. We deployed on Oasis Sapphire beginning of this year and already started to support games and IDOs, INOs on Oasis chain. And recently, well, these days, literally, we are wrapping up Oasis and Pixel Gaming Grant, where we were providing projects pretty similar prizes like we continue to provide now, but we were just like overwhelmed by the quality of the games. So when we got the offer, like, hey, can we keep doing this? Because like the games keep coming with cool ideas, and the free games that just come from this grant might not be enough. We decided to continue. And maybe I will first introduce what will we provide in form of incubation, and then I will present what kind of projects would qualify, would be a good fit for these services. It would make more sense like coming in this order. So basically there's like three main angles that we will be providing as a support. Like first one is the most boring one, but it's the one which can bury your project, so it's basically the Web3 technical aspects that need to be running on the background, such as like wallet abstraction, implementation, token hack protection. For example, one of our partners here, which is also here on the space, like the game, if they can't get on iOS, we can get the game on the cloud, and the game can be streamed either to iOS devices or, like all across some regions where it's very common to have very low-end Android devices which wouldn't be able to play the game. But thanks to cloud computing, now they have, and many other additional, like much more technical support. The next angle is getting the players and into your game. So partnerships with like Yield Guild games and their sublocal regional alternatives, which will get players into the game. We have guilds that will sponsor tournaments within your game, gaming leagues, and of course get you the Web3 audience. But since we know how big is the Web3 gaming audience, we will also need to tap into the Web2 gaming audience. So we also have gaming leagues, partnerships, and tournaments on this side. And of course, get you listed on all the relevant like gaming sites where we have partnerships. And very last, the third angle would be our marketing assistance, where we would kind of like, if you're presenting a game, you should be a thought leader. We will get you on the relevant Twitter spaces. We do in-house Twitter spaces. So we will invite all the relevant projects, which might be similar genre to your game and already have big established audience, to sort of like cross-share the audience. We will do one-on-one Twitter spaces, share our in-house ambassadors, KOLs to amplify your game. So it would be very heavy marketing support, of course, leading into IDO or INO, which you will also get on Pixel and our marketplace support. So this is the support which we will be providing to the game. All of the free projects are going to get all of this, because we cannot do just like, 1/3 of this. It wouldn't make sense. Like we want to, take things all the way. And this makes sense when we do all. So all free projects that we're gonna pick are gonna get full list of the services. And yet the requirements is technical implementation of Sapphire and creative implementation of the privacy features. And I know that like even when I first heard about it, like why would you need privacy in gaming, it was just like, why, like what's there in gaming? But when I started to talk to gaming developers, and also William from Oasis, and he started to just like shoot some ideas, like how games can still be on chains. And for example, in turn-based strategies, you can have a fog of war, or you can hide, like how strong is your army, how strong is your character in RPG, which is essential. You can have Hearthstone kind of card game where you can keep your cards private and have it all on chain. Playing trivia games, Scrabble, Wordle, and as mentioned a couple of times, like Surprise Us. And it doesn't have to, and just coming straight from the Oasis grant and seeing what some of the participants came up with is not all of the game needs to be, we saw very creative uses of this. Like for example, one of the games has AI companion, which you're supposed to be talked to, and the conversation should remain private. So like this could be, okay, we can also have privacy in the conversation with companion. And also we have quite a big, very ambitious GTA clone kind of game, which came up with the idea like, hey, we can have a companion app. Like we can have a safe cracking mini game, which is going to be which is like a puzzle game. And of course, privacy for puzzle or logical games is very essential. So they will have a companion app running on Sapphire. And one last idea, which is like quite crazy, is like, since we're providing sealed bid auctions, thanks to Sapphire technology, they are planning to have real world assets, sort of like auctions, and they want to use Sapphire as a privacy protection, so people can bid and not be aware how much is the other person bidding. So that's very interesting concept. And I think that's pretty much it. The game needs to be in a very playable stage, because most of the incubation, as you see, is going to be presented to the game, to the relevant gaming league, getting the relevant audience there. So that would be one of the requirements. Yes, the game, we will be assisting in the building side, but the game needs to be playable, or the part of the game needs to be playable, so that the incubation that we will be providing will make most sense.
Thank you, and welcome to the Oasis world. We always have to explain how on-chain privacy can be used, and it always takes a bit of time for it to click with people with different use cases. You say it has to be playable. What kind of results do you expect? Open world games, stuff like on-chain poker, would this be enough, or should it actually be some potential hype game?
Like seeing just the competition that we have, like, of course, like shoot us your way what you have, but seeing the competition that just coming from a grant. So we have a card game, for example, but they have advisor from Square Enix, and it has sort of like Final Fantasy lore and story behind it. So yeah, I would say seems like it's very attractive. So, and the competition seems to be pretty fierce. So show us what games you have, but yeah, the competition seems to be having great ideas. But yeah, logical games, strategy games, or if you already are building a big game and you come up with idea how you can have a companion app, which would be very cool using privacy, that could also be the case.
Nice. Okay. I'm definitely excited to see what will come out of this. We have a few more partners. I think next up is Sheesh from Aethir, our compute partner for lots of different things. But yeah, tell us, Sheesh, what do you expect out of this hackathon, and what do you guys from Aethir want to see to distribute these compute credits?
Thank you. Thanks, Marco. Thanks for having me, esteemed to be kind of part of this panel. Quick intro about what we are kind of focusing on. So Aethir is a decentralized enterprise-grade GPU infrastructure for AI and gaming companies. We typically aggregate GPUs from large tech companies, enterprises, data centers, right, into our enterprise-focused GPU compute marketplace. Earlier this quarter, we kind of partnered with Oasis, committed to supporting any sort of like TE-empowered GPUs, privacy-focused use cases in the AI Web3 gaming landscape, and enabling each of our ecosystems basically to benefit from each other's expertise. We're going to be the official compute partners for the Privacy for Web3 hackathon. We're going to distribute 15,000 USD in ADH compute credits to up to 10 winners across all tracks. We've kept it pretty low entry barrier and keep it very short. But idea is essentially to empower any early stage AI gaming startups in each of our ecosystem with grants, resources, mentorship, network needed to achieve like rapid growth and success. So the support's going to be twofold. Number one, obviously through compute credits. Number two would be like for any pre-TGE gaming AI startups, we're happy to facilitate partnerships with our community of node holders and stakers. We have this super solid node holder community of 91,000 node licenses. And, in terms of the stakers, we have 15,000 plus stakers currently staking between 500 to 600 mil in ADH across our gaming and AI pools. So, any sort of like co-marketing support needed during their launch. Happy to kind of, also provide any sort of launch support and, anything that we can facilitate in terms of intros from our ecosystem. So it's I'll say very low entry barrier. We're looking for startups that are really building on the intersection of AI, gaming, deepen, overall Web3 that need enterprise grade compute. Yeah.
Very cool. I mean, you said this will be accessible to all the tracks. I assume not everybody will need GPU credits, but will you already be providing some credits for projects during the building phase so that they can already, for example, try a few inference results, etc.? Or is this rather for the projects that have already proven themselves and then enable them to build this into a proper project?
We would have loved to do this at the time of the build phase, but due to, the short notice is essentially going to be like the top 10 winners. Cool. And essentially like people who need compute, right? So it's going to be like post the hackathon. Yeah.
Okay, understood. Thanks a lot. Happy to have you. Matej, who else do we have?
Yeah, I think we're moving on now to Giorgio from DERAB. So DERAB is our security partner, or basically ecosystem recommended partner as well for Sapphire, as they have already got to know Sapphire quite well, the intricacies around on-chain privacy. So great to have you here, Giorgio, with us. And yeah, please tell us a bit more about what you're doing.
I do have good afternoon, and thank you for having me here. It's very important for us to be part of this project. I have a few slides. Let me see if I can share my screen. Okay, stay there. Okay. So we are a Web3 security company who specialize in security audit and in security technology. These are a few numbers just to show what we're working at. We definitely are a security partner also for ASIS Network. We are supporting this project with some audit credit, and we like people working on Sapphire and Gold. And we want to focus on audit because we want to express the importance of having security from the very beginning of a new project start. So that's our mission, to protect the Web3 and the security of the project running on it. I would also suggest to have a look at our software, because we built a software that is called Security Suite that allow you to detect the vulnerabilities on the early project and also the compiling the source code. If this source is not available, it might be helpful for your activity during the event. I paste the link in the chat. The code is called application.dw.com, and you can create an account that is free for the first 30 days. So you can have access to the full feature of the solution. And that's what I have to say about us.
Yeah, I think security is very important in Web3, because even though we have don't trust, verify, not everybody is able to understand all the smart contracts, everything what's happening there. So to have that seal of approval from the companies like yours, where you've proven yourselves in the market, with security audits in the past, and then it just gives additional comfort, that you're interacting with a app that has that at least some sort of guarantee that it's safe to interact with. So yeah, great to have you on board here as a partner. And yeah, emphasizing security from basically from the start, right? From the hackathon winning to then further development, hopefully into a more feature complete product, right? Yeah, thank you, Giorgio.
Welcome.
Yeah, and I think we have Marco. Will you run us through the 01 Labs track as well? They couldn't make it today, but I think it's still good if we present their track so people are aware of it.
Yes, exactly. So we do have one more partner, and no, not everyone is blind. They could not join. They excused themselves. The final partner for this online hackathon is 01 Labs. It's one of the most prominent community builders, supporters for the decentralized AI world. We collaborate with them on a couple of things, and they participate in this hackathon with $5,000. I'm honestly not sure how this will be distributed, but I'm sure they will post about this as well. But they already gave a couple of ideas that you can also find on Dora Hacks on what they want to see being built. A few things are, for example, predictive analytics, obviously AI-based, similar maybe to Predictor, then automated decision-making systems, or something like a secure data sharing platform would be very gladly seen, I think, by everybody. So those are the kind of projects that will be supported by 01 Labs, but I think in general, it should encompass everything that is decentralized AI related. And just to highlight again, like all of the projects that we'll be building are automatically eligible for the $30,000 from Oasis. And I think that's it with the partner presentations. I don't know, Matej, did we get some live questions or questions from the forum before?
Yeah, I'm looking through, and I don't see questions. I see some comments here in the chat talking about some gatekeeping or basically token gated content, right? And I think Nino replied already that there was a hackathon submission. Yeah, I think in Amsterdam where somebody created a token gated publishing project. Yes, which can then be also applied for different stuff. So yeah. If anybody's interested in that, go check it out. It's on our playground, I think. But I don't see any other questions in the comments here. It's not a problem, right? If you have any questions during the hackathon, we'll be supporting in Telegram, in Discord, right? So if you get stuck, don't hesitate to reach out. We'll help you. So you're not alone in trying to, brute force your way through. Ask questions, and we can speed up the troubleshooting, and hopefully you can then you're able to finish up by November your hackathon submissions. I think this is it for today. I would like to thank all the participants here that joined us for this event. I would like to thank also the listeners, the community who came to hear more about the hackathon, to support us. I would also open up for any last thoughts from anybody that's here, if you have anything to add for today.
I really want to see some UX improvements. This could be AI agents. I mean, Nino already showed us how this can be done with the Apollon SDK. But what I kept thinking the past few days is kind of using LLMs to pre-seed kind of the wallets or the wallet transactions. So just in natural language, tell an agent, hey, I want to swap 1 ETH on Ethereum to whatever I can get Rose on Sapphire, and then the wallet transaction is already done, and you as a user just have to approve. I don't want the agent to do this. I want to be the one that signs the message, but kind of preparing all of this is very doable. And I know a few projects are working on this. For example, Brian knows, or Magnet AI. So those kind of things I'm really excited about.
Yeah, that's a really cool use case. I love that. It's very much on the intent side, right? So you just tell them what you want, and then it looks for liquidity, it looks for paths, and you then still manually approve, right? But it does everything. And if you do it in private, nobody can really front run you there, right? So you also have that protection, so you don't get sandwiched in the trades. Yeah, thanks, Mark, for that. Anybody else wants to add? Sam, I see you're smiling there.
That's it. I just love the ideas.
Okay. I put you on the spot there, but thank you. Then if there's nothing else, I think we're gonna wrap this up for today. Again, thank you everyone for joining in. This was, I think, very insightful, and hopefully also, it helps our hackers that are joining the hackathon, to be able to develop faster, iterate faster. They got some more insight into what they can build. As we said, the closing is in November. I think we still have a little bit over a month for submissions. So yeah, get to hacking. Wish you all the best, and I guess we see each other on the next one.
Good luck and thank you. Bye bye.
Cheers.
Everyone. Bye bye.